Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
Hey guys, TCT here. We gotta talk. Look, we gotta talk, okay? We gotta talk about this game. RetroRealms. This game caught me off guard. This game is freaking amazing. I'm getting right down to this review, man. I was lucky to come across this masterpiece. This is an 8-bit side-scroller action horror thriller game that's been developed by, who developed this game? Oh, Way Forward, and been published by Boss Team Games. Play as horror icons and battle your way across multiple levels of terrifying platformer, action filled with sights and sounds inspired by your favorite horror franchise.
2 standalone games that can be played individually or connected to heighten the horror. Enter the RetroRealms. This is the night he comes home. Michael Myers returns in Halloween. Plus, one man, a trusty sawed-off shotgun, and a chainsaw arm battles an unspeakable evil unleashed from a book gone bad. Fight hordes of deadites and demons across a horrific pixel art hellscape.
Man, I was lucky to come across this game. My fiance was the one who told me about this game. We found out about this last week, and even though she was telling me about it and I should check it out because she has bought it, one day I was watching her play it, and I was just so hooked in with this whole game, and at the same time the potential that a Way Forward and Boss Team Games has put the effort of showing us not how much fun this game can be when it comes to being an 8-bit side-scroller, because that alone will win you over. Just how fun and full of detail and context this game has. But just how much they have taken the horror franchises seriously. Not just by you playing as Michael Myers and Ash the Evil Dead, and even characters from pre-order content as well, such as Laurie Strode and Kelly Maxwell, but showing us the lore aspect of this game by giving us certain Easter eggs from the movies and other projects as well, based on the franchises. I took this game seriously because the producers and developers took this game seriously too. And I have to give them kudos for this. Because normally when we are shown certain characters from other movies or certain projects being into games, we just get introduced to their moveset and the capabilities of what makes them who they are. But with RetroRealms, they just don't take you to the realms of the retrospect of these horror franchises. You live it. And I am not making this shit up. The game, I gotta get this out of the way, for people who reviewed this game on social media and didn't even talk about how this game starts. And this is actually what pulls you in. The game doesn't start off by you playing as the horror characters or characters from horror movies to begin with. The game starts off as you walking into an arcade in first-person mode, and I thought that was pretty intense, and it pulled me in. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I thought I downloaded the wrong game at one point. So when you go inside the RetroRealms arcade game, gaming place, this is when you get introduced to the arcade games for you to choose from, Ash the Evil Dead or Halloween. And I thought that was a good way to pull fans in and to even go forward, even so forth, into the whole retrospect of the arcade gaming simulator. It wanted to add more life into the whole arcade gaming to begin with, and I'll add that more onto the review as this review continues. After we introduce the arcades that you can choose from, this is when the game pulls you in and gives you the aspect of you playing as these characters. Ash the Evil Dead, or Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise, or you can play with the other characters that I mentioned in the headline that you have the DLC package with, as in Kelly Maxwell from the Evil Dead franchise 2, or Laurie Strode from Halloween. I stuck with Michael Myers from start to finish because Michael Myers is one of my favorite horror characters to begin with. Even though he has like one of the most dullest stories of how he became a serial killer, but I'm a huge fan. Can I show y'all proof of how big I am as a fan? Do we got time to do that? Let me just show y'all real quick. Let me just go. As you guys can see, I have the whole complete Halloween collection box set up here, and if you guys are not really familiar with what the stand is, this is actually the Michael Myers house. And I bought this from a low-key website. They charged me an arm and leg for this, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. As you guys can see, I'm a huge fan of Halloween. I've grown attached to Halloween since I was a kid, and it was actually a bad time for me to watch Halloween because it haunted me in my whole entire childhood. And at the same time, I even dated a girl a long while ago that had Michael Myers tattooed on her back with him holding a knife. I thought it was pretty creative because the headline of his tattoo says, "Poke me from behind." I don't know if I should have said that. I don't know if I should have said that here. Moving on to the review. But moving on to that point, when I was playing with Michael Myers, his character, it really pulled me into the whole lore aspect of this whole game. And don't get it twisted. It's not like you play as him and you just go through certain levels and just try to achieve certain scores and just getting collectibles. No, he actually has a story. He has a story that really made a lot of sense for his character. Some devil from another realm comes in and just breaks him free from this asylum. So you have to work your way out of the asylum by giving the devil what he needs, souls, which causes you to kill as much as you can. And knowing Michael Myers, he doesn't mind it at all. So this devil tries to give him what he needs by Michael Myers giving him what he needs. And by that progressing, you come across certain enemies, certain bosses, and certain challenges along your way, so you can prevail to your expertise, so you can prevail in each level. I'm geeking out. I do that every time I stutter when I do these reviews, especially if it's a damn good one. But that's what really hooked me in this game. Was me looking at Michael Myers in a whole new aspect of me not just being afraid of his character, but just understanding his cravings for blood, his cravings for violence, his cravings for killing. And to make matters even more reasonable, they do that with all the characters on this whole entire project. Just like Ash the Evil Dead, he plays to search for things and to gain vengeance. So by these people having their own little observations of what they need to do to achieve their goals and completing these missions, that doesn't mean that they're going to have a similarity of how they're going to achieve these missions by doing these levels. Each of these levels is challenging. Each of these levels can really piss you off. There's been so many times where I died in the same spot, just trying to come across certain obstacles that I kept fucking up on, and just certain enemies that was very unfairly hard. But one thing I like about this game is that when you die, you don't go all the way over. They do have checkpoints, they do have save points, and at the same time, when you complete these missions and these levels and these challenges, you get these progression points where you can use to upgrade your weapons, not weapons, but you can upgrade your health, get certain move sets, or unlock certain abilities where you can devastate certain enemies across your path. You need to do this. You need to do this. You starting this game with just 3 health slots is not gonna fucking work, especially after you get past level 2. These enemies are going to progress and fuck you up. But they didn't really go and stop there. Honestly, that's enough for you to play the game. That's enough for you to check this game out. Remember what I was telling you about the whole arcade game simulator? If you play as much as these arcade stories with Michael Myers story and Ash the Evil Dead story, you can unlock certain things when it comes to you observing and going further into the whole arcade realm itself, like looking at collectibles, looking at certain varieties of things for you to choose from when it comes to you watching certain videos based on a whole RetroRealms franchise, looking at certain developers as they talking about the game, so on and so forth. And it goes on and on and on. Everything you do on here has a cost, and it didn't really feel as if it was unnecessary. Every time I played the game, every time I enjoyed it, did a level or collected certain things, it felt very warranted and felt like I was really, really becoming a badass, especially when I was beginning to master all the movesets with each of these characters. Overall, this game was a trick-or-treat ride for me. I love this game so much. This game was fantastic. And did y'all guys hear about the production deal about this game? I thought this was bullshit, but people are really talking about this. RetroRealms is not done, and I don't want them to be. And what I mean by that is we may get more DLC in the future with other killers may make it into this project. Can y'all imagine playing Chucky's story? Can y'all imagine playing Ghostface story on here? Can y'all imagine playing Freddy Krueger or the new franchise that's been hitting up the sale box, Art the Clown from the Terrifier series? I would love to see them on this game for us to play. But this is where we come in. This game is a successful masterpiece when it comes to the retrospect and the horror elements as well. And I have nothing bad to say about it. This game is a must purchase, especially in this season of Halloween. I'm gonna have to give RetroRealms an A+. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since I reviewed a video game. And I need to get back into it because the last video game I reviewed left me with a bad taste in my mouth. And it was a rant. But that's all I have to say for today. I'm out of time, unfortunately. Please stay tuned for more upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher. And hope you all have a good day.